guys. The link to the music will be in the description here. Doing my hair. Don't move my hair. Don't mind everything. Never mind. Mind to your heart's content. I shouldn't be speaking. The speaking just gets in the way. A distraction from our process. But none other than that process. I have anxieties about events tomorrow, which are considerable and have been a catalyst for inspiration and tying up loose ends internally, which I've really appreciated. And I have been sitting down just to really appreciate my ability to do so, my time to do so, my just access to such, I don't know, patience within my life. Just not even in some sort of grand sense, just based on the conditions of my experience, my ability to have time for contemplation and a variety and spontaneity in my life can be very nitpicky and trying to organize and slice reality into timelines and things. Neurotically so. You can never dictate exactly how things will go, because I wasn't always that way. And then I learned to become that way, and then that became the new fixation, became the new problem, the same way not having enough of that was a problem. So it's lovely to have that, especially recently, to have that necessary time. As I sat down and practiced, I've been trying to really start with the present moment. You know, I have a lot of different practices, like specific things I will sit down and try and do. In this, I wanted to go into what the content of these challenges were and find what they meant and how I could show up for those more accurately and with more skill and maybe problem solve. And in doing so, I find it's almost like we can get into like the control room of our minds in a sense. We can start to access more. We can start to see different items that we don't usually have access to in our general access, perhaps, in specific practice, in you doing certain mental activities, and it's very hard to describe because we don't have exact terminology. You know, I would watch spiritual content which would do visualizations, and they would say like call to mind this or do this or that, or go into this. Like, what does that mean? What does it mean to go into? What does it mean to visualize? What does it mean to do this? Like, it's just using our minds is almost something we take for granted in a lot of ways. You know, our world is so outwardly focused. Maybe we don't treat our interiors with the same validity, objectivity, and technique which we treat our exteriors and our dominance thereof. We like to think of the interior as the dominator, as the sort of Cartesian split thinking thing behind the scenes over here who's containing reality, who's dictating, who's in control. Interesting. Are we in control of that? Is that in control? Or is it that which is in control of us? Anyways, as I look to find control, organization, presence, you know, this music, really feeling that, really being in that space, coming out of woo, like party mode. Like, I just had my friend over today, and we're very focused on music, very focused on career. I'm at dinner with mom, and she wants to talk about colleges. She wants to do this and that. And you get very much into that mode, very much into colleges mode, very much into the future, very much into planning and humanity stuff. Beautiful, very necessary, important. But coming out of that mode, being able to pick up and put things down, you know, being able to sort of find that almost like control and access within our own minds to get into different spaces, to do different work, which is an interesting way to put it, is something I've really been coming to terms with, again, in the last bit. I want to speak to beauty. And I want to share a little bit with you guys. I met a girl this year, and I'm not over her. I really liked her. I met her at the drag rally I talked about on this channel, and our eyes met actually in the crowd. She's pretty, Asian, and you know, we interacted a bit, and we after the thing, you know, we exchanged socials, and we kept in touch, and I knew she was interested off the bat. You know, she just had a lot to say, was very engaged, and I started to express more of myself. I started to try and find words to what goes on in my mind, which can happen with people when there's, you know, attention and conversation and mutual interest. There's an opportunity, you know? There's an opportunity to test and to share and to find safety and to find connection, and she would listen. I felt heard. I felt almost appreciated in a way, and I appreciated that, and I can appreciate what she had to share, what she offered of herself, her experience, her words. And I could be myself, I could have my feelings, and we could kind of dance along this line of explication and implication. And, you know, it became obvious there was a mutual interest. It was all very natural, it was all very playful, you know, it was all very, it wasn't matter of fact. It's almost like we knew, but, you know, in the knowing, you kind of play with it almost. She said I could stay at her place for a concert I wanted to see in Toronto. She's in Toronto, I'm a few cities away, so there's distance. I got with her and we spent time together again. We went out to this little sushi place, and I bought her food, and she touched me on the cheek. I like that. It was nice. I just haven't felt, a lot of the times when I go on dates, and I think that a lot of the people who I attract at this stage of my development, perhaps, I'm not, and just the way I'm able to express myself and show up in the world and find my place in the world, I'm often not, I don't feel a deep attraction. I can be interested in a whole lot. I can find love and interest in a whole lot. I can find, God, the whole dharma in a blade of grass when I'm in the right state, perhaps. But you see, romantic interest is something which cannot be forced. And I don't know its nature. I think it has something along the lines of our based, it's something that has to do with our own preference in some sort, even though that's not always the case because opposites seem to attract in certain ways. I don't think it simply just comes down to what we value, we find specifically attractive. It does to an extent, because I just notice a lot of the times in my dating life, in my relationships, even in my friendships, for me to want to be close to someone, for me to want to really go out of my way to make a real commitment to things in my life, they have to feel really important to me. And things are important to me, but in levels of degree. I need something to feel really important for me to want to give it so much importance, so much time, you know? And I really appreciate being able to have that balance in my life, to have certain things which require this much time, being able to make those distinctions and have that definition in my life so that I can, you know, really define myself and really like project my organization onto this world and create the world I want to see. Anyways, I felt that togetherness in spades, and you know, we went back to her little prison cell of a student dorm. God. And you know, it was just us in the room. Her roommate had to go out that night, you know, luckily. And it was beautiful. We just slowly got closer. The conversation slowly kind of just fizzled, and she said she wanted to kiss me. So we did that. And kind of hit us, you know, reality hits you when you're in. You see, this is what gets me. It's being yanked back out of that when you're just with each other in our eyes, our personalities, our ethics, the logistics, the attachment, the everything. It stops, and you know, you're just there, you're just with this person, there's nothing left, there's just this and we share it, and we dance in it, you know, we act out, we kiss, we express ourselves. And I had to go. I was gonna be late. I had to take the train back, and she said, "Don't go, don't leave." And I can't stay. We both knew, but just don't go, don't leave. I could feel it in her. And I felt it too. Brings me back to when I was young, 5, 4. My mom dropped me off at summer camp, dropped me off at school. Don't leave. Come back. That enoughness, that familiarity, that silence. In mom, in love, in attachment, in that warmth, that access. She came with me to the station, you know, and I told her we were leaving, and I really enjoy spending time with you. I knew I wanted to kiss you since I saw you you're gorgeous. It doesn't always come easy to me, but I had to say something. She looked away. It was... I even texted her the next day, "I'm sorry if that made you uncomfortable." No, it didn't have to do with you. You're great, you did great. Sweet, isn't it? You know, and attachment, and she was worried about the distance, and I didn't want there. I wanted to stay with her. We got together again for the concert this time. This was before the concert. I came out and saw her, but you know, of course I come in and I try and organize all our feelings and find a way to make it work and get all preoccupied and everything. And I get with her and I'm talking about my feelings and idea crafting the whole thing, and I just get so exhausted, and she looks at me and I ask her if I can give her a hug, and but you know, we're naked in the bed together, and I'm really just enjoying myself right now because I still come back, it's still there, you know. Even now I'm thinking of a college program, and oh, this one's in Toronto, maybe I could it's so hard to give it up, you know. And the first time when I saw her, the day after, it hit me that, oh my god, this person is so far from me now, you know. Like, you lose it, you come back and you have to go to work, you come back and feelings change, you come back and it wasn't what you thought. And it leads me to what I realized a while ago, and what I think we all know deep down, is that what we realize is something unchanging, something eternal, is something real in these figures, these characters, these icons, girlfriends, boyfriends, gurus, teachers, interests. They're symbols of what we are. And it's in the tragedy of our ignorance, of our forgetting, I think, that we get to experience the bliss and the joy, because this is none other than that. There's no, I think, in recognition that it's on the inside, and that when we can really grieve and forgive and let go and move on, is when we really experience the heart of that tragedy. Because on one hand, we're already that love, and we find that, I think we only find that in our separation from it, our searching, our longing. And I think that is our duty and our work and our job. I think that is the spiritual story. I think it's what the religions point us to. It is, what is the way? What does it mean? How do we know this? And how do we behave in that? It's this that I will spend my entire life on. So there's my 2 cents on it. Thanks if you stuck around this long. I'm gonna do some. I need a little bit of time away from the project. I'm really just recording this for fun. I think I'll put this online. Expect something new. I don't know when it'll be available, but I have something in the works. I think it'll give a good overview of where I'm at with this. Don't worry, things will be changing, but not in a way that I don't think is too threatening if you enjoy this content, and if you don't want this to change. But in theme with the video, everything changes, you know. And that's okay.